Hi everyone, I'm Farmer Jolly and welcome back to our survival series on Riverbend Springs. Now, it is about nearly 7:30 in August and there's a lot we need to do before we can move on into the next month. We've been doing a few contracts. We've done two, this is the second fertilizing contract that we've taken out, and we've got two more herbicide contracts that we need to do. We've also done a deadwood contract which we need to collect money for, and we finally got a cultivating contract, which is exciting. It's in field 24, which is quite large, but they're going to give us about £15,000 for it. So what we're going to do is we are going to run back to the farm quickly. We have also fertilized and rolled all three of our grass fields, so they are ready to go. So the deadwood contract we've done and delivered, so we are doing all right. But we'll just roll around here and I get positioned a bit better. There we go. Let's drop back a bit. Why are you not unloading? Aha, that's why, because I'm on the wrong one. We're on the front tank. We're on the back tank, sorry, we need the front tank. There we go. So our herbicide is all out. No, fertilizer is all out. We are going to get the herbicide. We might as well fill this, as we've got two relatively big fields, but we should get quite a decent amount of money. So I'm just wondering if I can tuck myself in. Yes, we can. Oh, turning the engine off, that does not help. And I think my lights aren't. There you go. That's a bit better. We can see what we're doing again. So we've got to go to field 91 and 85. So I think we're going to do field 91 first, which is the larger of the two. We do need to put the Zeta tractor away, but it's okay where it is for now. And if we go this way, we should be able to call the boat over. And we're going to set this off straight away on a worker, because in the top of the map is field 24 that we are going to get cultivated. Do our first contract with our large cultivator. So let's stop this. Let's call this I think it's coming. I can't actually tell in the dark. Don't want to fall in the water, but we can't actually. Is that? Yes, it is. There we go. That's fine. It is heading over, so we can make our map a little bit smaller. And like I said, we'll get this positioned and we'll jump straight into the Massey, detach the seeder. There is another cultivator contract. If I just jump into here, so we're going to get over 15,500 for the cultivating contract. Now there is another one, smaller one, on farmland 52, which if we get time we might do that on the way back. There are a lot of harvesting and a few mowing and ploughing, but we've got some good contracts. So if we get time, because it depends how long the cultivating contract takes us as to whether we can do a second one or not, but the 15,000 one is definitely going to be the priority. And actually, while we're taking the ferry over, we might as well collect these contracts. So let's Just over 1,000 for that, just over 1,000 for that, and 900 for that. There we go. So we are just over 8,000. You jump out of the cab so that it's not shaking too much. Okay. So I think there's a small side road we can take. And we can go. Right. Let's get this set up on a worker and head over to field 24. Right, so we've nearly got the 2 headlands done for field 24. We're just going to start the up and down roads, which I think are going to take quite a bit of time. This is a massive field. It's making our, what I thought was a huge cultivator, look absolutely tiny. But we'll get there. We've done about 23%, which isn't too bad considering that's only off the 2 headlands. So we'll get this into time lapse and we'll get this field done. We will keep the HUD up because we need to see when the what's the word, herbicide sprayer is either finished or needs to be refilled. It has done 86% of that massive field, so hopefully it will have enough to complete both fields. But once it's done field 91, I'm going to tab over to it and get it set off on field 85. I might set this off on a worker so that it's not sat stationary while we are away sorting the herbicide sprayer out. Yeah, I think we will. So anyway, let's get these contracts finished. Welcome to September. Now, we did finally get the cultivating field done, and it took us ages. Even with the big cultivator, we were working until about 10 to midnight, so we only just got it done, and we would not have had time to get that other cultivating contract done. We did get the spraying contracts both done. It's a good job we we set the Massey off on a worker because we had nearly run out of herbicides. So to bring it back to here, back to the farm, to get some more. How is this all looking? This is looking good. So if we look into the map, we'll have a look as well, see if we've got any other contracts. But yep, pH, nitrogen still slightly low, it says, but I think that's okay for the grass. So are there any contracts that we can do? There is another cultivating that's not too far away. And there is a deadwood. Mowing. I think we're going to accept that deadwood. And that Cultivating contract. We've got plenty of time. But what I want to do is I want to have a look and see. Now, long planks we have we run out of? That is a good word. No, we haven't. That is good. So I have only got the long planks active because when we looked at the I've forgotten the word, the grain elevator museum, it was missing 12,000 litres of long planks. So everything else was okay, but I want to get onto the next step of finishing that. So I've decided to turn the others off for now until we get enough. And we've got 7,700. So we're not too far away, which is brilliant. But I don't think anything we need to sell. The canola's not due until December. The lettuce is doing brilliantly. If we wait until Feb, we're going to get over £109,000. These are paying off absolutely fine. Now, I would like to get a larger combine at some point. Now, we've got... Is it a mod that we've got? Yes. We've got this one. And it's okay, but if we just have a look, we've only got a 5-meter header. And we don't actually have the corn header. We can get it, obviously, but it would be nice to upgrade to maybe something like... What's this one? No, it's only a bit bigger. That's probably a good size, but something like this would be lovely. Now, we could look at doing the hire purchase. We're not going to be able to afford the deposit, but something like this, or even like the S7. The S7's not a bad idea because we can still get a 15.2 meter header. I think we're going to end up going for that because it is a fraction of the price. It's less horsepower, but this one has a 13.8 meter header, whereas this, it looks... So we can upgrade the engine. But if we look at this, it says it can do a 15.2 meter header. I'd like to go for that, but maybe this is a bit more realistic. But anyway, how much would this be? Oh, okay. We could actually... we don't need it just yet, but that's not bad. We haven't got enough to put any more down, but even if we just put the 5% deposit over 10 years, only 3,000 a month. So that's probably going to be our combine, the S7. We could go for this class and get a 13.8 meter header on that. What's the case looking like? Case, it's a bit smaller, but I think that S7 would be ideal. Now, is there... Oh, what about this one? Now, again, this can have the same. It's a little bit on the cheaper. Can we... Oh, we can extend the pipe. So that can definitely take the bigger one. It will just leave everything as standard, except for... I think we're going to want... I went the wrong way. Not tarp. That's just static. Don't want static. I want... There you go, foldable. I think we're going to go for that. So 330,000. That's not bad. Yeah, so there we go. So that's probably... I keep changing my mind. Yeah, so it would be this. We can always boost the engine as well if we need to, but that can be done at a later date. So that will be our combine. Is there anything in the sales that we need? No. And the next tractor, we're going to go for the Unimog. It's quite new out, very new out. And I just think it's going to be a brilliant bit of kit. Now, the setup, we're not going to get this straight away, but we will be having the front and the rear 3-point hitch. And again, probably going to be on finance, but we don't need it just yet. So they will be what we get. But we've got anything we need to sell? No, we've got the 2 contracts. There's another contract. Green bean, spinach, potatoes. So I think we will accept that contract as well. Now, it would be nice to sell some stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back into the Massey. I'm going to go and get these. We'll get these 3 contracts done and progress time and just see if we can get enough of the long planks to be able to deliver them to the grain elevator. So, as we've done a lot of cultivating already, I will see once these 3 contracts are done. Right, so we have actually progressed into October just because there wasn't masses that we needed to do. We've got the contracts done, which we can actually collect. So that's 1, 2, and 3. That's put us back to just over 30,000, but we are spending a small fortune as always, filling the tractor back up. There we go, £889. So we should have more than the 12,000 litres of long planks that we need. So what we're going to do is, as we are partially at the store, we're almost at the sawmill I should say, we're going to drop the cultivator off at the store and we're just going to grab the trailer and we're going to go straight over with this. There we go. And collect all the wood products and get them sold. Which should hopefully give us a decent amount of money, and B, should be enough to finish this stage for the Grain Elevator Museum, which is exciting. I don't know how many stages are left. Or how many we've done for that matter. I think we've got to be nearly there. I'm probably very wrong. I don't actually know if it tells us. But we will soon find out. But that is progressing nicely and it's a really good money earner for us. So if we jump into the cab, so we can see just a bit better to get in, because we don't normally do this with this tractor. So I think this is going to make it a little bit interesting. So let's see if we can get pretty close. Now this is the bit that's going to be a challenge. I don't think we're going to get in, because this tractor is very long. But we will try our best. Oh, we are in. See if we can, there we go. So we got quite a bit. It would be nicer to get a full load, especially as we... it's not going to do any more. Right, I'm going to have a bit of a play and see if we can get a full load, because this tractor can definitely tow it. So I will see when we've got a full trailer load. Right, well, we've got pretty much a full trailer. We have still got some wood chips left behind, but we've got 1,000 litres of prefab walls, so 1 stack of those, 2 pallets of wood beams, 14 long planks, 4 planks and 6 wood chips, with more left. So this is brilliant, because these planks long, we should get a decent amount of money for the whole trailer load, but we've got more than enough to complete this next step, which is amazing. And the even better thing is this tractor is not struggling at all with this heavy load. If we had tried to do this with the Zeta or the Landini, we would probably still be trying to get out of the sawmill. So this tractor is amazing. And I just think if we get a Unimog, then not only are we going to have the high horsepower that we can use it as another tractor, but we're also going to have the added speed, which is just going to be brilliant, especially for driving backwards and forwards. So as we are nearly here, let's come back out of the cab, just brush that container there, and we will park up here. Now I can't remember where the... oh, no, that's where the sell point. I don't have to do anything, I just have to take the straps off. So we got over £41,000. That's absolutely amazing. And while we're here... no, so it's not actually telling us what step we're on, but it is looking very good. I think we've still got quite a way to go, but let's go get the last few bits sold. And I think we might try selling the prefab walls on the, possibly on the train. I'm not sure whether we can without a front loader, but we will see. And talking of, we will just get ourselves ready. Let's just cross straight over. So the wood chips are going to get sold down here, but I should have looked when the train went past of how we can actually get the... there we go. See if we could get this on. I'm not sure if we can. Yeah, I think we need a telehandler. So what we're going to do is, where else can we take this? Let's have a look. Oh, actually, while we're here, are there any contracts? It's another cultivating, another deadwood. No seeding yet. Anyway, right, let's do what we were trying to do. Prefab walls. So we can't sell it there. So the warehouse... we've not been to the warehouse. Where's that? Just up here. So actually, we'll try that. We'll see if we can get almost... oh, actually, should get over 80,000 if we can sell this there. I think our best route is going to be this way. So let's get over to the warehouse and see if we can sell it. Right, so we are nearly there. I can see the sell point on the mini map. I don't know where the sell point actually is. I know we can buy things from here, but apparently we can also sell things, so let's find out. Let's come in here. Now, I'm gonna guess it's here. Let's see. Are we gonna have over 80,000? Yes, we are. £81,107. That is amazing. And we've got a lot more to sell. We're going to get £11,000 from the canola. At the moment, we've got over 136 just from the lettuce. And that's just going to keep going up because we are in October. So we're going to have another 1, 2, 3, 4 months before we sell the lettuce, and that's just going up and up, which is brilliant. We've got £4,000 worth of oats to sell, and actually we can now reactivate all of these. So everything is doing well. But I do think our next two purchases are going to be that combine and a Unimog. And obviously, if we can, I'm just curious as to how much this is that we can. I think we will put that on, and I do love this dark green color. I just think it looks amazing. So if we were to put on a 20% deposit, what if we? So yeah, that's actually not bad. So we could potentially do it over a 5-year period. But we'll see, because that's, we can put a higher deposit down. At some point, I would love to get a truck as well. And a trailer. But that, we need that when we've got more crops to sell. We could, if we're getting a bigger combine, we could do with upgrading our trailers from these 16,000 from 16 cubic meters, possibly up to something a lot bigger. Maybe something like this. That's nice. But I think we'll probably end up going for that. But that's, again, we don't need that just yet. But we're going to end the episode there for today. So as always, thank you very much for watching the episode. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the combine and the Unimog, and which order we should get. And I think we should probably get the combine first. But having said that, we don't actually have any combinable crops in the ground. So let me know what crops we should plant. I think we were looking at either sunflowers or corn. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And as always, as I say, if you have enjoyed the episode, hopefully we'll see you back here for the next one. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.